guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I mentioned on Twitter that I was going to do a sort of get to know me series of videos, and I thought the best way to start that would be with a facts video. I saw the 50 facts tag was quite popular a few years ago and I always wanted to do it, but I didn't have a channel back then, so I'm doing it now. But before I start, I wanted to mention these kettle chips. Kettle Chips UK on Twitter kindly asked me if I wanted to try one of their new flavours, and of course I said yes. Kettle chips are my absolute favourite, so anything they ask of me I will probably say yes to. So these are baked camembert and oak smoked garlic, and instead of being like a glorified cheese and onion, they actually taste like what they say on the package. I'm a bit disappointed with myself because I tried to record this video a couple of days ago and it just did not go to plan. I got footage but I couldn't use any of it, and I recorded a first impressions and the audio didn't come out right, so you can't really replicate that. However, I have already gone through a pack of these, so I guess that says enough. So now on to the facts list. I only did 40 of these because I am not interesting enough to have 50 facts that I deem worthy or interesting about myself. So yeah, let's start. Number 1, I was born on May the 11th, 1994, which makes me a Taurus. I'm 5'4" or 160 centimeters. I suffer from anxiety and depression, which is why I'm sometimes a bit sketchy on getting videos out on a certain time. I have found that since starting YouTube I've got better with it. It's just really improved the way that I think, my mindset and everything that I do. I also have agoraphobia. It's not too severe because I can still leave the house, but I can't leave the house on my own 99% of the time. I'm primarily a PC gamer because I can't afford to buy any new gen consoles. I do collect retro consoles though because they're a lot cheaper. It's still a really small collection and it's primarily things that I've inherited from my family. I've owned horses my whole life. I started riding when I was about 2 and went competitive when I was 5, and I did quite well for quite a while. I don't do anything with horses anymore because I can't afford it. I also don't drive and I don't live in the countryside anymore. Number 9, I have 8 or 9 half siblings on my dad's side. Number 10, I used to put the milk in first with tea. It's weird, for a good 16 years I made tea the right way. I put the water in first and then put the milk in, strained it, and you know. And then I met someone and he put the milk in first and I just started doing that. But I'm back to normal now and I put the water in first again. My great uncle, I think, was Franz Muller, and he's not really famous, but he was the first person to kill someone on a train in the UK, so that's somewhat special. Number 12, I used to work as a taxidermist, so I worked with fur and leather, and I used to make just normal ornamental mounts. It was mostly from roadkill that I would pick up early in the morning before the government trucks came and took it all away. It was probably the most obscure career path I could have chosen, but it's a job that I can now fall back on. Number 13, I left school when I was 14 and I went into homeschooling. I used to get bullied for having a bad face and being overweight, even though I looked fine and I was actually quite underweight. I am a dog person. I like cats. I love cats, but I don't like their butts on my kitchen counter. Dogs tolerate me a lot more too. I own 2 snakes. They're both Western hognoses, and one's called Pumpkin and one's called Zeus. I used to hate baked beans, and now it's pretty much all I live on. I ate kangaroo once. They were selling it in one of the big chain superstores here, supermarket, a big place where you buy food, and they were selling kangaroo burgers, so I felt adventurous, but really it just tasted like peppered beef. Speaking of, I am actually allergic to peppers, so things like black pepper I'm okay with, but I will never put it on my food because I just don't like the taste. But things like bell peppers and chilies and those kind of peppers I can't eat. They don't send me into like shock or anything, but they just make me really ill. Number 19, I wanted to be married and have kids by now, but in hindsight, I'm very glad that I do not have any children. I want to live in Japan one day, that's my end goal. Steve Irwin was and always will be my hero, but if people ask me in person, then I like to say that it's Donald Trump, just to see their reactions. I've always wanted to start up a small business making like pet beds and custom pet clothes and stuff. I make my own pet treats, but I don't have a dog. so I can't feed them to anything. So I end up collecting these big tubs of homemade dog treats until they just go out of date and I have to throw them away. I am filthy weeb trash, and I have a premium Crunchyroll account. The first anime that I ever watched was in 2007, I think, and it was called Kanazuki no Miko, and it was incredibly gay. I didn't even know that it was a Yuri anime until I got more into it. I play a lot of dating sims, mostly on my phone, because translations are a bit sketchy with things, and I can't read enough Japanese to translate an entire game. Number 26, I celebrate all the birthdays of the characters from Diabolic Lovers. I buy or make them a cake and then eat it all to myself. There's worse things in life. I've never been to a funeral. I was born ginger. I don't really have a favourite food, but I do live for those like soft core cookies. The only place I ever was ever able to get them was in my school like cafe thing, but I don't know if they do them now. I don't live close enough to go there and check, and I don't know how to make them, so I don't smoke and I never will. I tried it when I was a lot younger and it was gross. It was just ugh. I do suffer from a lot of breathing problems because my parents smoked a lot around me when I was younger, and that was for about 16-17 years. I don't have a drinking problem, but I don't normally drink because I can't stop if I do. I've never been to a nightclub or a house party. I just see it as a really unsafe situation to get myself into, and I would rather avoid a situation problem rather than have to deal with it if it happens. I didn't start gaming properly until about 2013 or 2014, so there's a load of big titles that I have never played. Candy corn makes me throw up. The sweets themselves are actually like really pretty and you can make loads of stuff out of them, but they are just so gross. I'm scared of the ocean, even though I moved to a seaside town. I'm fine to go in and like paddle with my feet or go up to like my waist, but if I can't touch the bottom, no. If I can make something at home, I will probably do it, even if it costs more than actually just buying it. I think glasses look really attractive on other people, but I want to set myself on fire when I have to wear mine, which is about 95% of the time. My dad looks identical to that Scandinavian singer, Gunther, with such memorable hits as Ding Dong Song and Teeny Weeny String Bikini. I have an unhealthy obsession with stationery. I can't really go anywhere without at least one notepad. And number 40, I always cry at the episode Jurassic Park of Futurama. I always cry. It's so bad. I only have to think about it and I start welling up. Plus a terrible, cheesy, weird bonus fact. When I lived with my mum, we had terrible signal where we were. It was literally in the middle of nowhere. There wasn't anything for miles, so we could rarely make calls or texts or anything, and this was before Facebook Messenger was you know, more popular. It was even before any of us had smartphones. So she would leave me a note in the kitchen when she left for work, which was always really early in the morning if I didn't go with her, because usually I would. But all these notes I actually ended up saving in a folder, and it's so that I have her handwriting, you know, just in case. Now they hold a lot of sentimental value for that reason, because I've moved away and I'm so far away from everyone that I know. But they're also about both of the dogs that we had, which passed away. And that's it. Thank you if you stayed until the end. I know these fact things are quite tedious, but they're quite fun to do, I guess, even though I've had this one planned for so long and I've only just got round to doing it. I'm so sorry that I haven't done anything Christmassy. Again, another year is gone and I haven't done anything, and I feel really bad about it, but I will get one sort of Christmassy themed video out. And I am wearing my jumper, my new Fallout jumper that I'm so happy to have. Your support really does mean everything to me, and it keeps me going. It keeps me and my channel going, so I'm forever grateful. I also wanted to say a big thank you to Kettle Chips for sending me all the stuff that you did. I'm sure it'll keep me fed over at least until next year. If you want to get your hands on this particular flavour, make note of the packaging, Google it, save it to your phone, take it to a supermarket, go and buy some. Make sure you go to your nearest, bigger supermarket, because they should stock these. I have seen them around. I bought another packet actually just as a backup in case these ones didn't arrive. So yeah, most places stock kettle chips. They're really popular in the UK, and I don't know if they're popular anywhere else, but these are a limited edition flavour, so I'm not sure how long they're even going to be out for. If you like what I do, then be sure to subscribe, and if you like this particular video, then make sure to leave a like, because it really helps me out. Hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!